Hey, how you doing? I'm Jake Aldrich. I'm here to introduce electronic cigarettes to you, alternative and more safe way to smoke or vape. Today I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce you to three different types of electronic cigarettes. First, we have disposable items are slightly rechargeable. They're just disposable ones that you could get at any gas station. Usually they're good for about 400 puffs on one life. Usually they won't give you as much of a buzz as the other models will that I'll introduce later. They come in three different flavors. Normally you have either natural tobacco, menthol, or just like a cherry or some type of other fruit flavor that companies such as Blue will offer. Moving on from that, you have your type that you get a separate tank for, and they put liquid into that you vape, and a separate battery that actually screws on and is often rechargeable. These also, the battery lives are a lot shorter than the one I have with me today. They are good. You put the different kinds of liquid in them, and you usually get 10 to 8 hours of battery life compared to the rechargeable one or the disposable ones. You buy once, and you only get a day's worth or two out of them. Definitely a cheaper alternative to go. The third type that I have is electronic cigarette mod, which is what I have with me today. It's definitely the more advanced type to go with. You have a lot higher of a battery that you deal with. Very rechargeable, a lot higher battery life. And with these you get a lot more vapor out of it. You usually use a lesser dosage of nicotine. But these are the three different models that we have to show you. Like I said, electronic cigarettes is a lot safer of an alternative, and also, I believe, a lot cheaper to go with. So do you have any questions?
Well, that advanced model looks kind of expensive. Is it really cheaper than buying cigarettes?
Yeah, I mean, it's a one-time investment. Like I said, this one that I have, this bottom silver part, if I can take it off, this cost me about $70 for just this part. And this top part is called the atomizer, and it's about $40. And the battery itself is about $20 to $30, depending on how great of a battery you want to have. It's rechargeable, so the charger that you get with it is actually about $15 as well. So it's definitely an investment, but once you get them, they last for a long time, and it's better than buying, for smokers, they buy, 1 or 2 packs of cigarettes a day. That's easily $10 to $20 a day that's going down the drain. In about a month, so that's $300 at least. And I've had this for 3 months, and it's just a one-time investment that you're set with for a while.
So you mentioned liquids that go into some of these models. Can you tell me a little bit more about what is in these liquids?
Yeah, so the liquids you get have different dosages of nicotine. They range anywhere from you can get 0 to up to 24. And obviously for smokers who are trying to come off of smoking, trying to break their habits, they start with 24 milligrams that go into these bottles. And that's like, per puff, that's like supposed to represent an actual hit of a cigarette. So as they work down from there, you have 24, then 18 is a little less harsh, then you move down to 14, 12, 10, and so on. 12 is like a lighter cigarette that you might get, like a Marb Light, something like that. And for smokers, this is a really efficient way for them to move down this chain and eventually be off of nicotine for good. Also inside of this liquid, there's different percentages of what you call VG, and then there's PG, which is separate. VG is the amount of vapor that you're going to get when you actually hit the cigarette, as opposed to PG, which is the harshness that you're going to feel on your actual throat.
Okay. I have one more question. Could you tell me a little bit more about the technology that's involved in that higher tech one?
Yes. So with this model, the mod, inside the atomizer, as you can see here, it's kind of tough actually. You have these wires that you wrap yourself, and then you stuff cotton inside of them. So behind the whole build of that, you actually have to do yourself, which is kind of a hobby in itself and more enjoyable. which is why I choose to do this. You route these wires, and it actually you're able to control the amount of ohms that run through your mod itself. So might be confused as to what ohms means, so I'll give you a little bit of background on that. Ohm's law is actually the relationship between voltage and resistance. So I have a 20 amp battery here, so that will be the amount of voltage I'm getting through my mod, as opposed to the resistance, which is the amount of wraps that I'm going to put through the wires. So if you're running, and there's a way that you can actually plug this in and run your ohms so you can see what you're running. I tend to keep mine at about 0.3. For mods, it's usually if you get to 1.0 or above that, you're not really running your mod at full potential, and it's not going to hit as great. And for if it's running anything below 0.2, it's going to be getting dangerous for you to actually vape it. So it's kind of a more fun way to vape and to be more in control of what you're actually vaping.
Cool. Well, I'm pretty interested in that higher tech model. Do you think I could order some of those?
Yeah, definitely. We could actually sign you up, and we could figure something out where you can. We have a system online that you can go on, and you can choose, your own mods. We have plenty from any different kind of manufacturers on there, or you can stop at our store downtown. But yeah, you could go on. You could pick out what kind you want individually. You can put together your whole piece. And then we have all our atomizers listed on there as well. You could pick and customize anything you want. And of course, we have our batteries and chargers as well.
Okay. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.